Hello, Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video, I'm going to do a tag video that I saw some other individuals doing. I'm gonna go ahead and leave their videos below. I believe it was Kristen's Shelves and Books with a Mom, I believe. I'll leave their names as well. I'm sorry if I butchered the channel names at all, but I had stumbled upon their videos and I thought these were just a really cute tag to do to kind of get to know me as a booktuber and what kind of books I like and kind of my book habits, I guess. So I will leave their channels below in the description, and I encourage you to go ahead and check those out too, because they are definitely where I got this idea from. So thanks so much, ladies. The 20s questions book tag. I've got the questions here in my lovely little notebook, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Question 1. How many books is too many books in a book series? To me, there's no limit. I think if it works, it works. I mean, one of my absolute favorite series and what got me into reading was the Babysitter's Club books. And at its publication, they have published about 213 books is what I have written here, with 131 novels just in the core series, with 15 of those cool super specials, like where they'd go off to the beach or go on a cruise or something like that. So Ann M. Martin, love all of her books in that series, and that was fantastic, each one of those ones. So really, if it works, it works. And for the Babysitter's Club, that's not even including some of these individual books here where these are the graphic novels, which is like the retelling of the novel in like graphic. Like, I love this. This is one of my favorite characters, Dawn, and this is one of the graphic novels that has been released. So this is pretty cool, and this isn't included in that 213 books. Like, that's pretty awesome. Go Ann M. Martin. So, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Well, I'm not a huge fan when it's at the end of a book, because sometimes I know that's the whole, like, what authors want to do is get you to buy books and get you invested in their books. But sometimes people have certain book limits, or they have, you know, trouble getting access to books sometimes. So I think too, when it comes to writing books, you really want those series to have like your arcs as well in each book almost. So to me, I'm not a huge fan of it, but if it works and people enjoy it, you guys do you and enjoy what you love. Question number 3, hardback or paperback? Paperback. Barely without hesitation. I love hardbacks for certain novels, like especially my Harry Potter series. I want all of them in hardback, and I love how they look, but paperback is just more fun and easier to read. Favorite book? I have to give it to my heart and soul in a lot of ways, is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I read that one way back when I was 12 years old, way back when, and it's always held a special place in my heart. I always connected with the character of Harry Potter, so I just love that, especially that original first book. This is my absolute favorite one. Number 5 then goes into least favorite book. So this one I struggled with. Right now it's The Arrangement by Robin Harding. I just didn't enjoy that book as much. Not to say that it was a bad book, it just wasn't a good fit for me. It just wasn't my, like, I really love characters and love connecting with characters, so I just didn't connect with any of those characters and found them just not the greatest. So that would be my least favorite right now that I can think of. Question number 6, love triangles, yes or no? Sometimes Usually no. I mean, if I think of like a love triangle that really like comes to mind would be like the Hunger Games, where in the books it wasn't quite what it was like in the movies sometimes. In the movies I feel like they played it up a bit more, and in the books it wasn't really quite as much of a love triangle, just that she just wanted both of those men safe and she cared about them both. But like something like, you know, Twilight with the whole love triangle, I just just not a huge fan sometimes. Question number 7. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. So I have it here, and it's Introduction to Research Methods. So I am a program analyst, is typically kind of my title, essentially, and so I was trying to get some more you know, learning done on research methods and things like that, and this was very insightful and helpful and had a lot of good tips, but as you see, that's pretty much where I stopped, which was on page 99, and I just haven't finished it because I just didn't want to finish it. So maybe I'll get back to it at some time. All right, question number 8. A book you are currently reading. Well, I have that one here as well, and that is Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. So as you can see, here's my little mark that I've got in this book, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through almost. I'm enjoying it, so this is what I am currently, one of the books I'm currently reading. I'm reading a couple others, but this has been the one I've been picking up the most. Question number 9. Last book you recommended to someone. City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I believe it's somewhere here on my shelf, but that's actually one too that I've been picking through as well, and when my sister and I were talking, I said I thought that she might enjoy that one, so I recommended that one to my sister. Question number 10. Oldest book you've read based on publication date. This one I kind of was like, I have no idea. No idea. But I do have this one in my house right now, and this is Gone with the Wind. Very much a classic. While this is not the oldest published book, like I'm literally reading like Pride and Prejudice and things like that, but this one I just thought kind of wanted to mention because it was given to my husband's grandmother by his papa, and in the front it says, to her name, February 14th, 1992, love, his name. So I just thought that was so sweet, and this is probably one of the oldest books that I've got because most of my books didn't make some of my moves other than maybe my Harry Potters, but this 1992 was before any of the Harry Potters were published, so this one so far is the oldest one I've got. Newest book read based on publication date. So I think, though I don't know, I don't look at publication dates. I just read based on what I enjoy. I'm not keeping up sometimes with the newest trends are or anything like that. I just read because I like the book. So, but this one, Nora Roberts' The Awakening, was published in 2020, and the next one in the series should be coming out in 2022. This isn't my book though. I've only borrowed it from my mother-in-law, but it would probably be the newest book that I have in my collection, unless one of these is actually newer and I just don't know, but I think it's this one, 2020. Question 12, favorite author. I've got quite a few. I can't narrow it down to just one. There's so many wonderful authors, and this isn't even an exhaustive list, but I've got Nora Roberts, Anne M. Martin, Victoria Schwab, Alexa Dunn, Liane Morty, Jodi Picoult, Robert Munsch. Like, there's so many more that I'm probably not even thinking of. I just love so many different authors and get excited when I see a lot of different people publish books. It's just wonderful to see books being published. Question number 13, buying books versus borrowing. Buying. I like buying. I do borrow, but I like buying. I like having it. Question number 14, a book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. Do not hate me, anyone who loves your classics, but so far it's been Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice. I can't even say it. It's Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice? Wow, there's a blizzard happening outside my home. The fates are not happy that I don't like Pride and Prejudice. They can't even let me say it. But it's not that I dislike it. It's just, it's been a bit harder for me to get through than I kind of expected, perhaps. It's definitely to read classics. It's very much a different type of reading mentality that you need to be in. And I think I've just been in a little bit of like, I want light and fun stuff. And it's a bit more like, because it's especially, it's, you know, your English literature original from like the 1800s. It's a different type of language. It's a different way of how they spoke. And so sometimes it's just kind of having to like turn my brain on a bit to read it. And sometimes I want to turn my brain off when I'm reading. So it's just been a little bit tougher to get through, I think, than I anticipated. Hopefully I still love it. I'm only like a quarter of the way through, so I'm sure it'll pick up and I'll love it, hopefully. Question number 15. Bookmarks versus dog ears. Bookmarks. As you see, I stick anything and everything. Like, this is literally just a little thing that like how to establish boundaries, and I just had it handy and I stuck it in here. Same with, as you saw, I just had a little post-it that I like stuck in this one. I just don't like to dog ear. I'll grab whatever is available. Question number 16. Book you can always reread. 100% Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, especially that first book in the series. I've probably read it like 50,000 times. I definitely go back and read that one over and over again. I've also read the first book in the Shopaholic series, the Confessions of a Shopaholic original book. I've read that one quite a few times to like just get back into the mind of Becky Bloomwood. And I've also read the Nanny Diaries a lot. That one's another just fun one sometimes that I love to just sit and read with. I think those are the main ones that I have reread. Way back when, I used to reread my Babysitter Club books countlessly, but I'm really sad I don't have any Babysitter Club books, so I'm gonna have to remedy that. Other than my graphic novels that I don't have any of the actual novels, so I'm gonna have to set that right. And those would probably be some that, even though they're a little childish, probably rereading them, that would be fun. Rereading old books I haven't read since I was a kid. That would be an interesting one to get to. All right, but yeah, I'm a notorious rereader. If I like a book enough, especially when they're pretty like light and easy books to read and breeze through, I'm very notorious for picking them back up and rereading them. We're almost done. We're almost done. You can make it through. Question number 17. Can you read while hearing music? Usually, yes. My husband is notorious for playing music that like is all through the house practically. I don't know, is it the Pisces thing? I don't know. It's just, he absolutely loves listening to music. So, and I grew up with 10 siblings. So if I couldn't stand noise and music, probably wouldn't be the reader that I am. I probably wouldn't have survived that. But if it's like blaring in my face or like something that I'm really like into, maybe it distracts me, but usually I shut the whole world out and focus on my book. Number 18, one point of view or multiple point of views. It varies. I'm very much a mood reader. I'm very much someone that it depends on the book, the style of writing. It depends on how well the author pulls it off. It depends on, you know, does it flow well in the story? Am I able to go back and forth? Like I read Simon Snow's, you know, Carry On, Rainbow Rowells, Simon Snow and Baz, and they all had their different point of views, and that was fun to go back and forth. You know, I've read like many, Jodi Picoult has done it in quite a few of her books. Like, so I do sometimes like having multiple point of views, but then there's also ones where I'm like, no, I just want to see Katniss's point of view. I don't want to be in a bunch of different views, so it really just depends. Number 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Again, this varies. I'm a mood reader and it depends on what I'm reading and how quick the book is. I mean, could I read this one in one sitting? Heck no. I would not be able to read all of this in one sitting. Could I maybe read this in one sitting if I wanted? Maybe. But there's certain books that I have definitely breezed through in one sitting, but usually with work and home and balancing and kids and all of that good stuff, usually it's multiple sittings. I usually have to go back to my book again and again and again. All right, and question number 20. Who do you tag? You! How about you do this? If you thought that this was fun and you liked some of these questions and you were kind of thinking about your own answers while you were going through, then I encourage you to go ahead and answer these and make your own video. And if you've been kind of on the fence about even making a type, booktube channel of your own, then count this as a sign that maybe it's time for you to try your hand at it. Any one of us can do it. If I'm sitting here doing it, then you can do it. So I definitely encourage any of you. And if there's anyone else that you want to tag or send this to, feel free. It's always fun to get different opinions and get different insights and learn more about the booktube community. So I challenge you all to have a go at it. That was it in my lovely 20 questions tag that I found would be really fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got to know me a little better. I hope you did. So thank you so much for watching all that. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like. I always appreciate it. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Take care of yourself, and you will see me next time. Bye!